Hello and welcome to another episode of Sanity Killer Projects. This episode is going to go pretty quickly. I'm going to show you how to do the vents on an 06 Commander. These are sometimes called eyelash vents because of the way they look, or eyeball vents. These have a tendency to break, especially when people put their phone chargers onto them. This isn't really a difficult task. As you can see, I've already started to do it. The first thing that you have to do is you have to take all the 5mm Allen screws out of each of the positions. There are 2 on either side of the driver's side, 2 on either side of the passenger side, 16 total screws. Once you get that all out, you got to pull this whole panel out, which I'll show you how to do. I'm going to try and do this without taking the far driver's side off. I don't need to replace those vents over there, but you take a plastic tool. I have a fancy plastic tool kit. It's literally just a cheapy Chinese thing I got off the internet. It gives you all the tools that you need to be able to do anything with car body panels with plastic. So what you do is you get a tool in behind the back of this to make some room on the side, and once you get in and around, you just pull this along and work it along this edge, and eventually one of these guys will pop, and then the whole thing comes loose. It's literally that simple. It all just clips into place. These screws, the 4 here, the 4 here, the 4 here, the 4 there, they're what hold it all into place. On all it does is sit on the face. There are a couple little clips along the way. There's another one up under the bottom of this, and there's another set over here. Once it comes loose, you can access the back of these, which is where you need to get those out. Okay, so once you have the ability to get your hand in behind this plastic panel, what you're going to do is there's a couple little clips on the back of them, and you have to work your hand along them to get the clips to release up. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense trying to explain it like this, but the clips will pop up from the little pieces. You can use a plastic tool if you want to push on the little detents, but they go inwards, and there's 3 or 4 of them, I can't remember. But once you get all of them up, the vents will start making their way out. Once you get all of them, the vent will actually come completely out. Okay, so I have the vent out. If you look in there, the vent hose is actually designed to stay inside of the back, and then this piece, the vent outlet, just sits on the front. These are the clips that I'm talking about. You take these and you depress them down. There looks to be 3 of them. You push all 3 of them, and the vent will just pop right out. So once you get them out, there is a number on the side of them if you're going to try and use the original manufacturer's parts. Okay, so as you can see on the old one, there's a foam liner around the bottom of it. That's what they used back in the day for the original year. This is the 06, the first year. So the next years, they started putting this rubber piece along the bottom of it. There's no difference in this compared to the other ones. In fact, these actually seal a little better, and these are used. These are not originals. They also came out of a handful of other Chrysler products, but the installation of them is super simple. You literally put it into the position to where it's sitting in the up position in the same as the other one, and then you just click them in, and once it clicks all in, that is installed. Alright, so I ended up pulling off the entire panel, and the reason why is because I couldn't get my hand past this. On the other side, there's no way for me to access it this way. I was only able to access it going through the stereo. It got in the way. Like I said, it's only 4 more screws, so I popped those 4 screws. And then, if you look at the back, it actually worked out to my advantage because I thought all these went facing down. This one faces down, this faces up. And same thing on this. This faces down and up. So now we're just going to clean up a little bit inside of the leftover space. You can see there's a bunch of junk built in here. I'm going to clean up some of this stuff, and then I'm going to put the pedal back on. Okay, once you get this eyebrow panel back into place, all you have to do is click it back in. It moves all really easily. There's one hard spot here at the bottom, center of the stereo. There's a weird little clip that doesn't always want to go in, doesn't want to come out easy. Once you get through that, you just keep going along and working the panel back into place until it's all the way back up, and put your screws in. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode of Sanity Killer Projects. You can see I've got all 16 screws back in. The dash panel's looking significantly better without having 3 gaping holes in the side of it. There's going to be a lot more projects on this car in particular because we're going through the process of rebuilding it and fixing it so that we can eventually sell it. I wish the lighting were a little better, but unfortunately we're in the middle of a giant rainstorm outside and I can't open the garage, or it's just rainy and noisy. As always, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you want to see more on this 2006 Jeep Commander.